Have you been watching? What do you see? Every nation is in total misery. Looking for answers, they say, no justice, no peace. They need Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, the lawgiver and the Prince of Peace. The lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. Gonna make the crooked straight. He is the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. Just the other day, I heard a Canaanite say, he's going to make America great again. No matter if he gets the win, Yahweh said we're at the end. It's not about the campaign. We're gonna call on Yahweh's name. He is the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. He's the King of kings and the Lord of lords. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. Men makes laws and still finds himself not guilty. Many of these acts are only found in the inner city. Although oppressing every man with their wicked plan, Yahweh, Ben Yahweh still has the master plan, for he's the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. He's a judge and governor. He is the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. We read in our feast package about the winter, all in preparation so that we can enter the tabernacle of Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. It is the only straight way. You better serve him while it's day. He is the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. Here to make the crooked straight. He is the lawgiver. Praise we bring. He's the lawgiver. The one to rule in righteousness. He's the lawgiver. Engraving his laws, it will be one for all, for he's the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. Gonna make the crooked straight, for he's the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the praise we bring. He's a lawgiver. The one to rule in righteousness. Engraving his laws, it will be one for all, for he's the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the lawgiver. He's the judge and governor, for he's the lawgiver. Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is the Ben Yahweh. He's the prosecutor, the defender, the witness, and the judge. He's the lawgiver. He's the bailiff and the clerk, the audience, and yes, he holds the grudge. He sees how they use their laws in total wickedness. He's the lawgiver. He's going to pay them back to their face, and it has nothing to do with race. That's right. He's the prosecutor, the defender, the witness, and the judge. He's a lawgiver. He's the bailiff and the clerk, the audience, and yes, he holds the grudge. He sees how they use their laws in total wickedness. He's a lawgiver. He's going to pay them back to their face, and it has nothing to do with race. He's a lawgiver.
The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's show is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, Yahweh Education Centers, and the Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am your host, Dr. Lud, along with Sister Tamar. Boker Tov, sister.
Boker Tov.
Well, praise Yahweh. It is another great day to know Yahweh. It's another great day to watch Yahweh do his work and destroy the wicked. And like he told us, we don't need a gun for this. We don't need to fight anybody. The fight we fight is in our minds with keeping the law, statute, judgments, and commandments of our great, good, and terrible black God, Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the Master Teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh, the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have the part where we all take part in unfolding the light, and we call it Power Talk. And now I invite you all to stand and face the east with outstretched hands as we offer up a prayer to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh. O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame against thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Makuterka, Yeazeh Rizonka, King Bashemayim, King Ba'aretz, Et Lechem Kukenim, Tain Lanu Hayam, Uslat Lanu, Al Kartienu, Kimo Suso King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayam, King Kalsenu, Mihara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolamin, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And now, who is Yahweh? By the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know, because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. Well, why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia. They come from Europe. They come from England. They come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pockets. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else it makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yahweh. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh for teaching us who is Yahweh and for teaching us who is Yahweh ben Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. And now a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who followed his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the greater Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, believers, and supporters in thousands of cities across the United States of America and indeed throughout the four corners of the earth. The University of Yahweh, for which he has established the curriculum and for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence, currently has locations across the United States. The moral teachings of Yahweh ben Yahweh is bringing about a change in the lives of individuals and causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based on the scripture which reads, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Yahweh ben Yahweh continues to give. That which he has given cannot be measured in monetary wealth. Yahweh ben Yahweh has given the world the keys to success in life politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
Allegory. See, you have to be smart to follow Yahweh. If you're not smart, you have to get smart. I'm looking for smart men and smart women. See, I didn't go to college. I didn't say that. I said you have to be smart. So a lot of dumb people go to college. They flunk out all the time. You ever heard about it? You ever heard about people go to college that's dumb? A bunch of dumb folk go to college. Most of them dumb. Very few smart folk go to college. I said I'm looking for smart folks. See, you don't know what I'm talking about unless you look up smart. Look up smart. Let me see what kind of folk I'm looking. Maybe I'm making a mistake. Some folk look at me strange, like you looking for smart people. Yes, I think that's what the word I want. We'll look it up and see. If it's not what I think it is, I might change my mind. I might not want smart folk. But I think that's what I'm looking for, smart people. Smart.
Smart. Characterized by sharp, quick thought.
Oh, now we're getting down to what I'm looking for. See, I'm looking for men and women who are characterized by what?
Sharp, quick thought.
Sharp, quick thoughts. You know, not one of those people that when you ask a question, they no, I'm not looking for those folks. I'm looking for people who have quick thoughts. Their mind is quick. Go ahead, there might be some more to that.
Smart. Bright.
Bright. I'm looking bright, man. Black is all right. Black is beautiful too. See, you don't know nothing about words. I didn't say anything about your color. You're so inferior in your thinking. You know, you have such a hang-up. When you hear bright, you think about color. I'm not talking about color. The dictionary is not talking about color. So I guess we better write the word bright down and come back. In a minute, I want to ask you, what did I ask for? Because we got to look up bright. Because I'm looking for bright folk. If I don't stop and explain it, you'll be thinking I'm prejudiced on color. He wants everybody bright, light skin, man. He wants some light skin people. I know my people. I'm looking for somebody who's not even limited with that kind of thought in his head. See, people that I have to stop and spend the next 7 years trying to explain bright, I'm not looking for you right now. You take up too much of my time. We'll be broke and starving to death, all hungry, fooling around with your kind of mind. I'm looking for a man that has quick thought so we can make quick money, not crooked money. Watch out now. I'm not going for those. See, some of y'all crooks. I'm not going for those crooked thoughts. But we want to build the kingdom of Yahweh quickly. It takes bright men and women to do that. Okay, come on, give me some more.
Smart. Amusingly or impertinently clever.
Amusingly clever. When you come in contact, if you clever, if you quick-witted, if you have quick thoughts, if you bright, you're smart. When you meet a man or woman that is clever, they are amusing. You mean they funny? I didn't say that. You need to look up the word, write down amuse for me. After bright, we have to look up amuse. And I guess after a while, you better write down clever too. But the kind of folk I'm looking for, we don't have to keep looking up all this stuff long. I won't have to spend 7 years with them on this. What you doing? You looking down on us? No, man. I want you to look up. I want you to look up. Because I am up. I told you I'm the mighty God. Which means my mind is up. I already have quick thoughts. I am bright. I am smart. I am amusingly clever. And all who are amusingly clever are amused by my cleverness. Find a great joy, great pleasure from my cleverness. Praise Yahweh. Clever men and women enjoy being in my presence because I'm a joy to be around, because I am clever. You love to be around a clever man. I'm merciful to you just to tell you how to approach me. See, I don't have to tell you. To approach me, you must learn how to be clever. You must be quick-witted. Or I'll tell you, go study so that I can approve of you. I don't approve of you ignorant. I don't approve of you unlearning. I don't approve of that. I don't love ignorance. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is painful. Ignorance causes suffering and wars, and hunger, sickness, dis-ease. You mean to tell me when you come to the Yahweh temple, these are the kind of classes y'all have? That's why we own everything. That's why we buying up the city, because we have these kind of classes. We have mind classes. What you used to? What you want to go to? I went to the city with nothing on my mind. I ended up on my behind. Right. Got a rap mentality. You got a fool on the record and a fool on stage, and you out there just jumping to a fool. He got your money and gone. And you never ask what he's doing with it. Got great big old chains hanging around his neck. Look like he can pull a bull or a cow with it. I mean, you know, we have lost our mind to follow niggas with big tennis shoes on and jeans and funny looking jackets with gold big chains around their neck. Went to the city the other day. I didn't even know my way. Where you gonna follow him to? Man went to the city and don't know his way. Where you going? Following him. How many know that's the kind of mind my people have across the country? They pay millions of dollars to go hear some people talk nothing. And they pay for this. They pay money to be in the presence of ignorant folk who teach them to love ignorance. Pay money and then buy the tapes and the records and run around up and down the street. nation of fools. You can hear them 1 mile back. When they drive by you, it just rocks your whole car. They'll be deaf in 6 months. The ones talking that talk don't offer you riches. They don't offer heaven. They have not brought about peace and joy on the earth. They haven't brought about happiness. They're not causing true learning to take place in school. All that rap music hasn't caused disease to leave. And none of them offer you life eternal, free from suffering. They don't pretend they have a solution to any problem. And people pay hundreds of millions of dollars to go see them and buy their products, and then dress like them and try to look like them.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before, and until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Wow. What a message. Most honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh. It's always teaching us about the righteous way as opposed to the wicked way, the proper way as opposed to the improper way. Yahweh ben Yahweh said Yahweh is looking for smart people. So Satan's dumbed down society, so he can't find them. But we'll talk about that and much more. We get to Power Talk. Before we do, we have a word from our sponsors and our community good news calendar. Praise Yahweh.
Neo Jazz School of Music is an educational institute whose primary purpose is to rescue our children through music and the arts. Music and arts programs are scientifically proven to expand the intellectual capacity of the student in areas such as math and science. In addition, students of music and the arts make for well-rounded, productive members of society, no matter what career path they choose. Neo Jazz School of Music currently provides education and training to community youth in the greater New Orleans area.
Good enough! Yay! Oh my gosh, we accomplished life!
1, 2, ready, go.
The Neo Jazz Collective, it's a way for young people to have an opportunity to show their creativity, exhibit their talents, and then perform in spaces that are moral, ethical, and learn how to turn their music into a business. We also offer programs where they learn how to protect their intellectual property when they create music and how to monetize their performances.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before, and until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise.
YahwehRadio.com. 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 YahwehRadio.com.
Hey, shalom and blessing, y'all. This is Author Jeremiah Israel coming to you live. Listen, I'm so excited because my ebook version of The Spiritual Significance of a Name is now available. You can go to my website today at www.jeremiahisrael.com. Now, this ebook is pretty much available anywhere and everywhere that ebook is sold. I'm so excited about that because, see, ebooks are sold internationally, but I would like for you to go to my website at www.jeremiahisrael.com, pick up your copy, or you can go ahead and download the ebook version of it. Whether you're on a plane, whether you're traveling, whatever you're doing, pick up this copy. It's only $4.99. It's not going to break your pockets and not going, break the bank. So go ahead and get the copy of this ebook now, today, $4.99. Go to jeremiahisrael.com and truly become blessed, because it will truly put you on a path to defining your true purpose. Until next time, peace and prosperity.
Well, praise Yahweh. We have exceeding love and gratitude for those who connected in our feast, our past feast, to participate in our nation building fundraiser. We met our goal of $25,000 for the initial micro grant program. We are in progress of putting this program together with an anticipated announcement in March. We are in our second phase of this fundraising initiative, which is to develop Yahweh's Nation Building Institute. Now, we have only begun to approach our fundraising goal of $50,000 for this Nation Building Institute, where we will learn to collectivize our efforts and build the kingdom of heaven together. If you want to support this endeavor, please visit thenationofyahweh.com. That's the nation of YHWH.com. You can also send support via PayPal by using email address thenationofyahweh, that's the nation of YHWH @gmail.com, to PayPal directly to the Nation of Yahweh. We do also have Cash App. Cash App is $donate NOY. That's donate NOY. And you can also text the word donate directly to area code 504-336-3280. Again, that's 504-336-3280. The Nation of Yahweh and Yahweh Education Center invites our family in the Orlando area to support the Yahweh Education Center, conveniently located at 750 South Orange Blossom Trail, Suite 26, Orlando, Florida. Our brothers and sisters there cordially invite you also to join them in a conversation weekly at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Brother Jeremiah Israel and Brother Samuel Boaz are on Live Talk Orlando. Again, that's 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can visit them on Live Talk Orlando on Facebook and on YouTube. Again, that's Live Talk Orlando. The Nation of Yahweh and Builders of the Highway Foundation invites our family in the Miami area to visit the Yahweh Education Center, conveniently located at 1065 Northwest 108th Street, Miami, Florida. We'll be announcing our upcoming Shabbat classes right here on the Unfolding Light, but we do also have in our upcoming plans fellowship fundraising activities, as well as the development of the Neo Jazz School of Music in Miami. That's right, family, a location and a division of the Neo Jazz School of Music will be facilitated at our Yahweh Education Center in Miami. We are in progress of developing the programs and activities with announcements coming soon. So stay tuned for those announcements. The Nation of Yahweh invites our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area to join us for a study class every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern. If you are interested in attending this class, please reach out to the family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area at area code 561-719-9527. That's 561-719-9527. Well, family, we invite you to join us for your health seminars every Saturday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Join us on Saturday for Being and Becoming Healthy. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. I hope you have your pen ready, because that dial-in number is area code 732-434-3669. Again, 732-434-3669. Then join us again on Sundays, same time, for Being and Becoming Clean. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. Now, we do have another dial-in number for that class, and it is area code 339-207-6011. That's 339-207-6011. Well, we invite you to listen to YahwehRadio.com, where we stream 24/7. We are also excited to announce that you can now listen to the Unfolding Light 7 days a week at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern on YahwehRadio.com. And remember to join us weekly on Saturday for the live broadcast. Now also streaming daily at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on YahwehRadio.com is Lifeline, where we learn that Yahweh is the lifeline. And also very, very excited to announce the Master Teacher is now online 7 days a week at YahwehRadio.com. That's YahwehRadio.com. One word, YahwehRadio.com. He is airing 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern, and we do have more to come. On behalf of the management of YahwehRadio.com, we'd like to thank our nation builders for choosing to become a regular donor of the Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, and all of our efforts here at YahwehRadio.com. Your support enables us to continue rescuing our future through cultural, holistic approach to education. Your contributions are key to the success of YahwehRadio.com, the Neo Jazz School of Music, and the Yahweh Life Center. So if you know someone who would enjoy heavenly music, please spread the word about YahwehRadio.com. Let's nation build together. We are also excited about the publishing efforts of the Nation of Yahweh. So visit the Nation of YHWH.com and click on store to see what those offerings are. It is Black History Month, so get Our True History, the world's best kept secret, available online at thenationofyahweh.com. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Wow. Hope people be taking notes. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And there's more to come because Yahweh children are busy. What they say, don't let the master come and catch you not moving, not working. Got to be working. And so as we get into this message for today, it was some powerful words that the most honorable Yahweh gave to us. And, you know, sometimes they go over people's head, but he said he's looking for smart people, you know, people that are quick in thought, you know, and understanding. He said, if I got to explain something to you, you know, for 7 years, and you wasted my time. So we need those quick-witted people, quick in thought. So what does Satan do? Satan know that Yahweh looking for the smart people. So he instituted a program of dumbing people down. See, they knew the prophecy. That's right. They knew the prophecy. They know that the Messiah was coming. They knew when he was coming. They knew what time it was. They know what time it is. And so they instituted a campaign to dumb down America so that when he appeared, most people wouldn't be intelligent enough to even see him, to perceive his glory, because we look at, you know, they gave us programming like I Dream of Genie and Bewitch and the Teenage Witch and all these magical things they gave us to program us to think that anything outside our perception is magic, is magical, or, you know, something of that mystical, magical. When the Messiah appeared, according to scriptures, like, well, you know, tell me, you know, give me some information about what I ate last night. You know, it's like magical stuff. Do a trick for me and I'll believe in you. You know, dumb people, you know, because first of all, why would God do a trick for you to prove that he's God? You see, that's why you have to be smart to understand. Yahweh said, don't judge me by my words, judge me by my works. That's how men shall know who I am. And we know him because of his works. If it wasn't for his works, we would not be here today discussing our true history. We wouldn't be here today discussing Operation Word War with this wicked entity. He even showed us how to see Satan. He taught us how to see Satan. That's why we can talk about him. We know the institutions that he's built and how he's ingrained in all governments. He's ingrained in all governments and ruling the world. He's the God of this world. But see, we're not of this world. And Yahweh had to come and teach us that. But we needed to be smart to understand that. So when you think about your children and the programs that program them, can we define for a second this word program? Just for a second. I want to quickly define this word program. Program is, according to dictionary.com, a plan of action to accomplish a specified end.
Interesting.
Now think about that, a plan of action to accomplish a specified end. What is a specified end? A dumb society that can't perceive the glory of the only begotten Son of Yahweh coming to resurrect not only Yahweh's people, but to save the world. Can't perceive that because the plan of action with his program was for a specified end to keep you dumb, to keep you unintelligent, unenlightened, without perception. You can't perceive past the nose on your face, as they say.
Wow.
So
wow, that's a whole agenda.
That's a whole agenda wrapped up in that one word. He's looking for smart people. So you know, Satan is the opposite. So what he does, all his public schools, all his high schools and secondary education colleges, is there to dumb you down. It's not to make you intelligent. It's not to educe, which is the root of the word educate. Educate get its root word from educe. Educe means to bring out, to draw out something that's within a person that only the creator can put within a person. So true education is causing you to perceive who you are, what's inside you. That's true education. So Satan's education is programming. I program you to read, to write, to do arithmetic, the 3 R's, the R's, as they say. But I program you to walk on a certain side, stay within this line, to conform to, the authorities, to believe in government. I can go on and on what I'm programming in the public school systems. And as your child is a Black child in a private school system, and in a private school, you're paying a lot of money, you're getting a better programming, because it's not an education. It's not an education at all. We have to face the fact that our educational system is a programming system. It's not an educational system. It's programming you to, number one, be dumb and don't question authority. That's why they can pull off all of these hoaxes and all of these, these pandemics and all of these things that they do. They can pull it off on you because you're too dumb to perceive the truth. Well, Yahweh ben Yahweh just told us that we are smart. He raised up smart people. He came to smart people. So we have that power if we choose to use it.
I'm glad you connected the idea and the concept of smart as a power. And that's exactly what Yahweh ben Yahweh is lifting up for us, for our comprehension, that the power of mind is one of those said tools that is needed for us to overcome the world. Yep. And this principle that Yahweh ben Yahweh is giving us here is one of those divine principles that's connected to the power of mind. See, embodied in Yahweh ben Yahweh delivering us is the essence of us being able to be saved. And there comes a power, there comes an energy transference. And understanding this energy is being able to receive this power and activate it in your life. So that's it. I'm glad we connected this to a divine power.
Well, go ahead.
And also just going back to that definition, Yahweh ben Yahweh gave a definition of the word smart, which is characterized by a sharp, quick thought, bright. And then when you also look over to the, I guess, dictionary.com definition, it says to be a source of sharp, local, and usually specific superficial pain. They're talking about a injury. So it's amazing how when this definition was in its first context, they are looking at a sharp, quick thought, but now we're talking about pain.
How does smart get from thought to pain?
Exactly. So we're dealing with some really interesting concepts of word war, and Yahweh ben Yahweh has been giving us and teaching us that there's a multitude of things that we have to do in order to be smart. He shared some insight about what we consume from our listening and entertainment value. Absolutely.
Exactly. He nailed the nail in the coffin as it relates to us spending our money on nonsense, on literal nonsense. The rap game they call beatboxing. That's what he demonstrated. We spend so much money to follow after people rapping rhymes that have no meaning. I went to the city the other day and don't even know what way, my way. I can't find my way. These rap lyrics dumb our society down. Now you have some lyrics that was back in the day that was positivity. There was a whole lot of rap music or hip hop music back in the day that had positive messages. But Satan took that industry, that art form, as soon as it developed and reared his head above ground, he took it and bastardized it and turned it into something wicked to where you can't get any type of airplay for a positive rap song.
And so just really just honing in on what you're saying, because what you're saying is people are creative and they do have some masterful ways of delivering art in words.
Absolutely.
However, there is a mass agenda, a plan, a program that we just identified that is taking those skills, those abilities, and using it against the minds of your children.
Absolutely.
And us in general.
Right, because they control the radio and the airways and the recording to where they only record or promote or play dumbness, like what the most honorable Yahweh be Yahweh was talking about today. These dumb people talking about dumb things. There's no positivity in it. There's no enlightenment. It is all satanic. You look at their rituals, they dress, all of the stuff that they do on these stages. And we talking about the big people. You know, we're not talking about the neighborhood rapper that's trying to make it and he's still trying to be positive, but he'll never make it because he's trying to be positive. You know, we're not talking about that talented person.
And again, make it according to whose standards.
Exactly.
And
well, make a living at his art to where he can take care of himself and perhaps his family if he has one.
Well, that's a better context.
Well, that's the context in which we're speaking of, because I run into a lot of positive young rappers who have a positive message, even though they use profanity, the message is sound and positive. And see, that's not what we're talking about, because they'll never get a contract with these wicked, evil, satanic record companies.
Unless they change.
And they may get one song out and then they have to change to get the second song.
But this is going back to
being, it's about the program.
And it's also going back to being smart.
Absolutely. Back to the beginning.
Going back to being smart. And what really kind of struck me in this, looking at the definition of the word smart, when Yahweh ben Yahweh gave us this definition, he said characterized by sharp, quick thought. But we look now, fast forward to today, where they're talking about pain. One consistent word is sharp. And I wanted to take a deep dive into that word sharp, because this is, again, Operation Word War. And we really have to fine tune and tune in on where we really stand and gain a greater understanding. So when you look at the etymology of the word, etymological context of the word sharp, you can do that by going to the online etymology dictionary. And sharp is an adjective, and it's from the Old English, meaning having a sharp or sharp edge, pointed, which gives context to the part of pain. But then there's also a definition here saying intellectually acute, active, shrewd, keen of senses. So we also understand that there is a positive side, positively charged to this thing, and a negatively charged to this thing.
Well, it's the yin and the yang. It's the day and the night. It's the opposers. But when you think about it, when we're talking about sharp, we're talking about being keen and focused in your mind.
Intellectually acute.
Intellectually acute. That's the sharp, because an instrument is carnal. You know, a knife or a sharp blade, that's a carnal. It's intellectual to be mentally acute and keen and pinpoint in your thoughts. That's not physical, that's spiritual. See, when you get into the spirit of your mind and your intellect, go ahead.
And when you think about what intellect is, and you do a very basic research of the word intellect, it is the power or faculty of mind.
Hold on, stop. The first word that is used to describe intellect is power.
Power.
Wow. Now, you see how Satan took away and just drew your power away from you with programs that do not benefit you, do not stimulate your intellectual capacity. You got dumbed down things like, say, for example, professional football, where people are bumping their heads against together, playing a game, a simple game. But because we're intellectual people at young ages, we know all of the players, we know their stats, we know the college they drive, we know all of these. We still make it an intellectual thing for us, even though it's a big distraction. I can remember when I was all into the game, I knew every man on the team, the positions, you know so much information about these teams. It's like, wow, it could be an intellectual affair if it had some type of meaning, if it had some type of, substance to it. But it's just a game to distract you from the real game, the game of life, playing it to where your intellectual faculties and acuteness can profit you and not some owner of a football team,
But and this is what the whole program that we identified, you described the way in which they are taking away our power, and it's through programming. And you're describing, and Yahweh Ben Yahweh has also, described like the music industry has been used against us when it was one of those things that we created out of the lemons, the lemonade that was created from the lemons that we had. Our modern music is a result of the African-American trade,
the transatlantic slave trade, right? The modern the music has its foundation in the slave trade with us, bringing that culture and that rhythm to this country, and then it's spreading all over the world from, modern music. But I was just thinking about, Satan, this ain't the first time Satan has used music. If you research in the forgotten books of Eden, the lost books of the Bible, it talks about Satan using music to lure the saints, the children of Yahweh, off the mountain. They heard the sounds of that music and they came down off of their holy mountain to indulge with Satan. So he's been using our music, because at that time we could hear the music of heaven. We could still hear the music of heaven. Even though we were kicked out of the garden, we could still hear that music. And Satan lured us away from that with opposing rhythms and vibrations, energy. Exactly. And he's using that today. Anything that we do, he'll flip it around and use it against us.
And that just brings me to a scripture that brings to mind a scripture. Isaiah 26:3. Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. Trust ye in the Lord Yahweh forever, for in Yahweh is everlasting strength. Now we talking about power. And one of the powers that Yahweh has imbued upon us is this power of mind. And there is a mass agenda to keep your mind focused on
everything but Yahweh. And we can go on and on. I know we're getting close to that time. We're really at that time, but I just wanted to make this point about how they give us so many things to focus on that has nothing to do with nothing. That's just like, say, for example, in those days, there should be wars and rumors of war. Well, now America and Russia is drawing lines in the sand and they're supposed to be going to war. It's like it's inevitable. We think he's going to do this. It's all a distraction, because what does the war in Europe with Russia has to do with us not being able to get food at the grocery store? They want you to focus on the war, something you have no control over, but you won't go and grow your own food, something you do have control over, right? You do have control to grow food in a bucket in your house if you want to. Wow. Now, you can dedicate a whole room in your house to buckets of food that you can grow. I don't want to get on the soapbox, y'all, but we think that we have no control over that. That's the power of mind, or the lack thereof. Don't starve to death because you don't think to save some seeds and grow some seeds, but you keep the feast weeks, where they say about sowing some seeds, You keep the feast of Passover and the feast of unleavened bread, but you don't think about sowing seeds, physical seeds, to feed you in a shortage, in a man-made shortage. Everybody heard about the truckers and how Canada is shut down, and they saying it's destroying the economy, but they trying to force them to do things that they refuse to do. That has nothing to do with them driving and delivering the goods and services to keep the supply lines going. So that's a distraction too. It's a big distraction because that doesn't have anything to do with you keeping your mind stayed on Yahweh. It can't keep your mind on Yahweh and keep your mind on those things too. Every day, I need an update. Oh, another truck added to it. Oh, another truck. Yeah, you can know it exists, but you keep your mind. Yahweh got that. You study. Keep that pinpoint focus in mind. Gain the power, your power of mind. That's how we overcome the world. That's how we build a new society. Yahweh is destroying these programs, these governments, these entities. He's destroying them as we speak. Our duty is to educate ourselves to reduce that power that Yahweh created us with, to pull it together and build the new society. It ain't the new, it's the old. It's the society we had in the Garden of Eden.
The same peace we had before.
Same peace, but we had a metropolis in the Garden of Eden. We didn't have running around naked, physically naked, and not understanding that we had buildings and we had all types of commerce going on in the Garden of Eden. It wasn't just we were sitting around in a garden plucking grapes off the vines and eating. That's a concept that Satan has given us. That's how the type of garden was. No, it wasn't that type of garden. When you think about Yahweh and his superior technology, but it is time for Power Talk. So I'm sorry, we can go on and on when we get into this, because this is what time it is, people. Time to gain your power of mind.
Praise Yahweh. Well, if you are on the Zoom app and you see that little mic down there, all you have to do is press the mic to unmute yourself. If you dialed in, all you have to do is press star 6 to unmute yourself. And for our family listening out there to YouTube, we wish you were here if you wanted to comment, but do drop a chat note in the We have 2 people with their lines unmuted. I believe we have Sister Yokebed Sarah first, and the person who that number ending in 5125 next.
Praise Yahweh, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Praise Yahweh, Shabbat Shalom, family. Can you hear me okay? Because I'm driving.
Yes, ma'am.
We certainly can.
Okay, great. I just wanted to chime in. I love that video. Yahweh's video. It's just so real, because I want our family to understand that if you are comfortable this day listening to the mainstream media, watching the mainstream news, just listening to whatever the minions of this world is putting out to the world, if it does not disturb your mind, you're on the wrong frequency. We have to be on the frequency that is completely opposite to what is being put out right now. Because what is existing in the world right now is purely demonic. Please pay attention to what you are gravitating to and what your children especially are gravitating to. Listening to the music of this world, just like Yahweh said, it is not just harmful. It is literally demonic, blessed by the demons of this world. Literally, family, if a program comes about that I may happen to see on or pull up on YouTube, because I don't have cable, and it's just a regular news, it disturbs my mind. It's like I have to turn it off, because I hear the lies, I feel the lies, I feel the inequity, I feel the injustice being delivered to the people. So get on the right frequency. Be conscious of what's around you at all times, because we're in a word war. And the war is to get and capture our minds and the minds of our children. Please read Revelation chapter 11. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact scripture. It's one of the last scriptures in Revelation chapter 11. But it says how the governments of the worlds of this world are become the worlds and the governments of Yahweh. This is the time of the switch. This is the time of the flip. This is the time where, as my brother said, the Garden of Eden is being recreated by the righteous. Praise Yahweh, family. Thank you for giving me a moment to share.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for giving you wisdom to share on this unfolding light and power talk. We do have another call.
We have a caller that with their number ending in 5125. That was next. Our caller who is currently unmuted, 6368. We're going to get you in next. But caller with your number ending in 5125. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
5125. If you can hit *6 to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay. Yes, Shabbat Shalom. Sister Shatula from Nashville. Just wanted to say, as usual, our Father just has so much wisdom. Real quick, to emphasize what we're talking about today, how none of the stuff that we see is by happenstance. It's not just, somebody not thinking of a plan. And what I discovered in some research was when Bill Clinton was in office, he deregulated the ability for people to own an unlimited number of radio stations. There was a young black guy that did a master's thesis on it, and he proved every bit of it. So once they deregulated that, big money came in, and they bought up practically all of independent radio overnight.
Yep.
So much for the so-called friendly Democrats. But at any rate, the brother showed that the very next day, once the ownership was complete, they brought in a playlist, and they had to, all the DJs, all the radio stations could only play that playlist, period. So, we can't just assume naively that, these things didn't happen with a plan. So real quick, also, obviously that was with radio. The same people, bought the MTVs and all that, and they translated that, of course, to video. And obviously the degeneracy of that is quite clear. And it's been getting degenerate, not just filthy music, women, our sisters dressed like cheap hookers, etc. And of course, pushing a homosexual theme in every every movie, every TV, radio. So unless we honor what our Father taught, we don't have a chance. And real quick, to show Dr. Miles Monroe, who was born in Jamaica and mysteriously died, I think, in a plane crash about 8 years ago. He said that born in Jamaica, it only takes about 40 years, one generation, to change the culture of a people. And he said when the British came in, because he grew up under that actual so-called kingdom, the British kingdom. And he says in 40 years, all the culture of the people that was original was taken over. Their drink habits, their living habits, everything. So the good news for us is that we can take one generation too if we focus. So I just want to encourage everybody to listen to these teachings, to study, because it is worldwide. When I was in Turkey about 10 years ago, I got in a cab that was playing 24-hour rap in Turkey. Can you imagine? So this isn't just local. It's an attempt to, make the whole world degenerate, and using us, our creativity, to help start that. Because once they saw that rap was popular with young black, white men especially, then the monetary element kicked in, and here we are. So, Toda, let's just keep our mediums going, Yahweh Radio, other things, because we can begin to take control. We don't have an option. the wicked are busy day and night. So we have to get busy. So Toda, thank you for letting me share, and Shabbat Shalom.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for your wisdom to share and for you sharing it. And it really got us in a mode of thinking about we have to rescue our future. And the only way we can do that is by setting up our own institutions. And we have to set up our own social institutions also. But we do have a caller. So.
We do have a caller whose number ends in 6368. We're going to ask you to unmute. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Praise Yahweh. This is King Uriah in Atlanta, Georgia. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Well, praise Yahweh. Thank you. I apologize. I got in the call at 8:30 when the commercial came in, but just from hearing how y'all was commentating in comment, what you have received from today's class platform, I'm only just going to, land back in regard to that, and it's so important regarding that word for definition to take a look at called program. That program is so important. That's why I love about the senses that Yahweh have blessed my mind through studying His name. You is so important that helps me be able to understand about this program, because they have our minds wrapped up for two reasons, and this is one of his greatest fears. Think about in the time when Cain had killed off Abel, and his greatest fear was the mark that Yahweh placed on him, that if anybody see him, which was able to see, understand, or comprehend the understanding that what took place about his mindset, they know to kill him. And so Yahweh gave him that level of protection for a certain time period where no one will be able to challenge the incompetence. So incompetence means to be smart, to be intelligent, to be, keen, and understanding these factors about the good and the evil as it relates to what? Yahweh's standards. And then the second part concerning that there is that during the days of the Hebrew boys being in Babylon, and Nebuchadnezzar realized that, hey, that these Hebrew boys were 10 times greater than all the people in his realm. So you have to ask yourself the question, if the king is the king of that country, and he had set up a curriculum for people's aptitude tests, that he knew that how did these Hebrew boys come under the skies, under the radar, and they acquired knowledge outside of his Yale, Princeton, and all the other different schools of learning where they were 10 times greater. So they knew they didn't have to want to make the same faults that they did back then. They had to make sure today that they influence us, put us under the program, so everything that we would do in relation to the things that they advertise to us, our actions are predictable. See, when a man understands that you are taking on their mindsets and their concepts, then your action is predictable. But when you come and study the mind of Yahweh, you will create original thoughts. You will learn your true self, and you will be able to identify what Cain said he feared the most, that if anyone see him, they know to slew him. Therefore, you will be able to what? Create original thoughts. And if you believe that there's one God, see, this devil also believes, and he trembles. So what we have to do and take in sense of what Yahweh's name is, which is you. When you look at you, it's the number 10. And 10, Yahweh taught us how to count. So when he taught us how to count, he said that 1 and 1 is not 2, but you need 1 of something to 2 of something. So if 10 represent you, then 10 of what name in relation to the number 1 that acquires all the way up to 10. So when you understand that what is the number 2 name that acquires to the amount of number 10 of you. So, and you outlined what we dealt with before, dealing with the senses. We already know they gave us 5 senses, but what are the extra 5 extra sensory senses? And we went through that before in our class platform. 9 sense, we got common sense, we got spiritual, we got spiritual, and we got the incorporeal. When we understand those 5 extra sensory sense along with those other 5 sense that they gave us, and we add it all together, see, this is the thing that they fear most about, us coming into the light of that. So I don't want to take too much of this time. I would love to, but it's time, and that's why we have to write books in the season for all things. I just thank Yahweh for allowing me to be able to share this just in part.
Praise Yahweh. Wow, I thank Yahweh for your wisdom and your sharing, and we have another caller.
We do have a caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Praise Yahweh ben Yahweh, who is Yahweh in the flesh as the Son. Sister Zabia Athalia Yisrael calling in from Holiday, Florida, renamed Holy Day, Florida, because of course Yahweh is in the house. This is Yahweh ben Yahweh came out heated. I mean, and when he comes out teaching like that, you can't, I mean, it just disturbs all of your genes and chromosomes. And he gets into the depths of your soul. And the power talk today is powerful and most powerful as usual. And I just want to say this truly is a word war, Sister Tama and Sister Yokobed Sarah. And our Father has a whole class on that. And here he gets deep into what this is about, that it's grafted from the real tree of life. He gets into palindromes and all those things. But I wanted to, I didn't have a chance to look into the Hebrew on it because I didn't know the reference numeral. I know the word is pikeach for smart, but I just went into the construction on the word smart, and I just went to mart, M-A-R-T, which is within the word smart. And our Father spoke on being quick in thought and making money quick. And it really blew me away to look at the construction of this word, because when you look at mart says a coming together of people to buy and sell. The activity of buying and selling. So look at that. This smart has to do with making money. See, our Father was about that, but morally. And when you look at the name Yahweh and forefather Solomon, that's what he was famous for, the knowledge in the name. So wealth is within us. We all carry his name. And see, that's the moral way. The devil has immoral businesses. All of what he does is wicked, and it comes with severe side effects. But when we concentrate on who we are, promoting the name, which is promoting morality and ethics, and we grasp that, we take hold of that by studying our names. Our Father says, if you want to know who he is, then you need to find out who you are. So I just thought that was interesting and wanted to just jump in and share that quickly, that the construction of that word reveals what smart is all about. So praise Yahweh. I love you both, Sister Tama and Brother Lud, and I love your family, and thank you for allowing me to share.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for your wisdom, giving you the wisdom to share, and for you sharing.
Indeed, our family is on fire this morning. Right. Yahweh is giving us that smart, acute intellect in sharing this morning.
Well, before we go to the next call, I like to go on with one more definition of program. Program is very powerful. The second definition in just the basic dictionary, dictionary.com, a plan or schedule of activities, procedures, etc., to be followed. Wow. So this plan or this program gets you to follow it. It's there for you it gives you outline things for you to follow. And we do have another caller.
We do have another caller. That is intriguing. Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, Dr. Lou, Sister Tama, and family. This is Kezion Menashe. Wow.
Welcome, brother.
Praise Yahweh. Thank you, ma'am. Wow, what a class. I remember this class, and hearing it today just kicked off so much in me by what's happening in my world, around me. Here we are. That was in the 80s when that class was taught. And it's like it was taught today. Yahweh being Yahweh articulated. The word smart is just, these days we have smartphones, they use smart bombs in the military. They can drop a bomb in a garbage can. It's a very, very intelligent way to get things done a lot more efficiently. And, I love the way I think, Sister Ma, you brought out, the bipolar opposite of the word. And all of these things are significant because all of this is spirits. It's all spirits. the spirit of being smart that Yahweh is looking for and pulling out of us and causing us to come forth with is the spirit of cleverness and brightness and intelligence and being sharp and quick-witted and, being well-dressed, not wearing our pants below our butt, being fashionable. Those are all synonyms of this spirit of being smart. And rather than just being burned and stung, and hurt and aching and stuff, that's the negative side. And what they have done is they have strategically maneuvered us to the dark side. And so we're distracted by things that cause us to choose the dark side of smart. So we all off into TikTok and Pokemon and PS5 and Fortnite and legal drugs. Check that out, legal drugs. You get a prescription and you can take it, right?
Right.
Or check that out, a prescription. Just go with the script. Don't go with the prescription. Okay? The drugs are just a complete distraction. America we are complete drug addicts in this country now. Yes, because we're on the dark side of smart, right? They distract us with alcohol and sports. I think they having the Stupid Bowl tomorrow. I mean, the Super Bowl tomorrow. And, people are spending millions of dollars, billions of dollars of being, the money is flowing, but it's all dark. It's on the wrong side of smart. Yahweh ben Yahweh is raising up a nation full of people with a spirit that he can use to build the kingdom of Yahweh. And this is the prophecy. And real quick, I just want to read a scripture in Isaiah chapter 11. There's the 7 spirits of Yahweh that are the definitions of the true definitions of smart. In verse 2, Isaiah 11:2, it says, really that whole chapter, but verse 2 says, and the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him. The spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh. Now that's smart. Praise Yahweh. Thank you for allowing me to speak. What a class.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for
Yahweh
giving you wisdom to speak, and your points were right on, as all of our callers were.
Acute.
Right. And then you think about the things that Satan gives you, as a program. You're programmed to do things that's bad for you, like, smoke and drink, and you're programmed to do drugs and don't try to be healthy, just get this drug. And we talk about pharmaceutical. We talk about drugs that they advertise on TV. Don't do a good lifestyle of yoga and working out and eating organic. Just take these Tums, these medicine that we give you for when you eat something that disrupts your body system, that makes you all kinds of violently sick and this, that, and the other. But don't stop eating it. Just get you some stuff to make you feel better after you eat it. And that's the programming. But we have another caller. We're getting close to that time.
Well, we currently don't have another caller, and we do have another caller. Call with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power
Got
Talk.
2 minutes.
Praise y'all. I'm going to use these 2 minutes real quick. Look, just based on what the brother just shared with us about program, like when you talk about word war, flip the word program, which is the letter G, and then have it as a P. And what does it say? You got the word and then the M, and flip that also. You got the W. See, they wrap our minds professionally as pros by putting our minds, they guide our minds through the TV programs, through their television guides. They always advertising, this is the image you should look after. This is the tree of good and evil that you should take pleasure in. And if we don't understand the difference between common sense and nonsense, we would think that good is being evil. And we'll think evil is being good. That's why people always say, why do it? That's too much like being right. Just something to take into consideration. That's why we have to be studied in the knowledge of Yahweh's commandments, judgments, laws, and statutes. And from that point itself, man, as you study, Yahweh going to open your mind to see everything. The 10 senses are very key things. So we'll talk about that at another time. Praise Yahweh for allowing me to share.
Praise Yahweh. Thank you, brother, for hopping back in there.
Well, when we look at it, when we look at the message, when we look at smart, when we look at the first word to define smart is power. We have to understand that our power was stripped from us. Why you think they would kill us if we were caught trying to educate ourselves, trying to gain some knowledge, some wisdom? We were dealt with severely to the point of death because they didn't want us to have any power. They wanted to strip all the power. Psalms 83, 1 through 5 talks about us being cut off from being a nation, that our name, Israel, will be no more in our memory. We won't remember our name. They took the power of our name away from us. They took the power of our culture away from us and our ability. That's when he said they killed Abel, they killed ability, but Yahweh ben Yahweh resurrected Abel. They took the knowledge away from us about our God. Yahweh ben Yahweh, the most honorable, restored the knowledge of our God, Yahweh, to us. We have power now. What you gonna do with your power? What are you gonna do with it? What effect on this planet will you utilize your power to do? And see, don't think about Hollywood and the devil and Satan and all his magical, mystical, I'm gonna pop my fingers, snap my fingers, or I'm gonna shake my head and things gonna appear. Yeah, I'm gonna shake my head and it's gonna appear in my mind, and then I'm gonna take my hands and manifest it in reality by working the works of my hands, not the works of me popping my finger and it's supposed to appear. Like, who's gonna build it? Who are the little magical men that's gonna assemble it real quick at my behest, at my command?
Well, what you're speaking of is having intellect.
Having intellect.
And this power is the capacity for thinking and acquiring knowledge, especially of a high or complex order.
Ooh, that's why they kept us from learning in slavery. We would transcend their higher order that they put themselves in if we gain that wisdom.
Again, capacity for thinking and acquiring knowledge, especially of a high or complex order, mental capacity. Now, this one is going to excite you. The definition of intellect also means a particular mind or intelligence, especially of a high order. So again, we repeat, the power of mind that they are that they try to deny us access to is the highest mind.
They had denied us access to it, but see, Yahweh is a man that he would never lie, and he promised that at the end of time he would send forth his son, and he did just that, and his son reconciled us back to our Father Yahweh, and that's a done deal. Who can take Yahweh away from us now?
And this us piece is
you're talking about somebody fighting.
And this us piece is real critical, because also in the definition of intellect is minds collectively.
See, you're not intellect if you're not collected with the divine mind.
As of a number of person or persons themselves.
That's it. The divine mind connects us to each other. We, the valley of dry bones, and we're reconnected to our parts. That's our intellect. And we're reconnected to our head, Yahweh. Now we're reconnected to our body, each other. Now let's get together and build the Garden of Eden again. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. They say the garden is going to have the tree of life. It's going to yield its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree is for the healing of the nation. So let's heal ourselves by coming together and building the garden.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of this episode of Unfolding Light. Rest assured, we will be back, Yahweh willing, with another episode next week at the same time. But you can also join us each and every day on Yahweh Radio for the Unfolding Light, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. Well, family, this is the end, and I would like to, what's that?
Well, I just wanted to share that our sister Jochebed put a scripture in the chat for our family to read. Please read in your own time. But Revelations 11:15. So if you will, family, take that scripture and add it to your studies this week. Revelations 11:15.
Praise Yahweh. And now I invite you all to stand and face the east with outstretched hands as we close out this episode of the Unfolding Light with a prayer to our Heavenly Father Yahweh, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Aleinu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh America, Tavo Makuterka, Yiaze Rizonka, King Vashemayim, King Ba'aretz, Elekem Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayam, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimo Saso King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiam Lanu, Veal Tebienu, Lede Nisayam, King Kal Senu, Mihara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Gibera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining the Unfolding Light presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@thenationofyhwh.com. Follow us online at thenationofyahweh.com, theunfoldinglight.com, and at yahwehbenyahweh.biz. Get social with us. Follow the Nation of Yahweh on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourselves first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555-115, Orlando, Florida 32855. And be blessed continually, according to Malachi chapter 3, verse 10. Praise Yahweh. Shalom, shalom.
Stop your crying. It's gonna be alright. Stop your lying, children. It's gonna be alright. Stop worrying. That's this worrying going on. It's gonna be alright, man. Cause you see, Yahweh Ben Yahweh is here now. Well, he's a man with a wonderful, wonderful life. You because he said he know you can. He want all the sisters to join together and be woman, and all the brothers